And we got some great matchups. Like, these are some of the best matchups, so evenly balanced teams and rivals to face. The first one is going to be Supersonic X against Raidan Racing. Korea versus Japan. Two teams who've always been so well matched. What can they do with Min-Jae Kim and Jordy Peak against Vincent Mayans and Gabriel Barrasso? I think you would probably look at that and go, that's got the best pilots of both teams based on today, wouldn't you, Martin?
Yes, absolutely. Vincent Mayans, he's been destroying all day, and so has Min-Jae Kim. You know, he's won all but one of his races. So, yeah, we're up for a treat.
39 points bagged by Min-Jae Kim out of 40, but we also got to say Vincent Mayans has got 37. So great races from him. He's picked up a number of wins today, just not quite as many. But such good competitors. Let's see what they've all got. Kim, Peak, Mayans, Barrasso. This could be some of the best racing you get to see today, and still more to come after this. Kim, Peak, Mayans, Barrasso still weaving their way up and down through that. Through the Browning Gate, heading up into the rings. Down and out through the castle before making their way around the walls. And as you can see, for our 7th round of racing, we've returned to Slingshot. We always go on tracks 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we pick one for the 7th and let the teams know what it's going to be. But they don't know what it will be until just before sort of race day. Oh, Thunder! Vincent Mayans was in a scrap in all of that race, but it absolutely cost him, that mistake he made there. Kim and Peak look thrilled. Kim's got another win, and that's more points for Supersonic.
Yeah, and not just another win, he's also improved his own lap record by 0.2 of a second. So he knew, you know, he was facing Vincent Mayans, who's also one of the fastest pilots on this track. So he was definitely stepping on the gas. But Vincent Mayans didn't have the cleanest run, you know. We could see him make one or two collisions, minor collisions there. So he fell back, which is why Jordy Peak was able to overtake him as well, scoring a 1-2.
Yeah. 7.3 then, so a great start, really big start for Kim and Peak. I mean, Min-Jae is now the first pilot to break 40 points today. Only dropped one, as we said earlier, so he's done 10 out of 11 wins now. But Mayans is on 38. All of these pilots, isn't it? Just amazing performances. Jordy Peak is down on 26 points, bad for his team, but mainly because he's been racing alongside Min-Jae Kim. Now, as you can see, for the first time today, we've got a little red marker in the bottom left of the screen on Gabriel Barrasso. That means he jumped the start. If you go too soon before the countdown is finished, you get 1 second of no throttle before you can begin the race. So that's the penalty. As you can see, Barrasso's got a little bit of a second and more deficit due to the 1 second he got no throttle. Meanwhile, his teammate Thunder, very much in the fight here. He got knocked out a little bit in the middle of the second lap. Right now, he's into the rainbow flip with Jordy Peak and with Min-Jae Kim. There's hardly anything between those here. Barrasso is starting to try and sort of move up through the field, but he's not making much of a dent in that deficit that he's got. The final dive is so close. And Theo roars as he gets another win, and Mayans was behind him by 0.03 of a second.
0.03 of a second, indeed. Yes, Vincent Mayans was absolutely stepping on it and trying to catch Min-Jae Kim. Min-Jae Kim out of the gates though started off really well. No significant mistakes. Neither did Vincent Mayans. And it was just enough at the end. Mayans actually had the better line, better racing line coming into the Red Bull crash gate, so he was definitely gaining on him. If the Red Bull crash gate would have been like 10 meters further back, maybe he would have caught him.
Ooh, do you think? Ooh.
Yeah.
13 points to 7, 7-3 and 6-4 for Kim and Peak. Their teammates are Andreas Klein, Angel Rivera against David Modig and Marcus Spunia. This is very evenly matched, I think. Klein's had a good day. He's got 34 points so far. Modig's got 33. Rivera's got 21 for Supersonics. Marcus Spunia's got 22 for Raidan. This is extremely evenly matched, I would suggest. Loving it whenever these teams meet. Martin, hasn't it happened so many times? Supersonic X, formerly known as Falcons, formerly known as Reutte and so on. Whenever that team faces Raven, we get a fight.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Racing time for Espunia and Modig in yellow for Raidan. Klein and Rivera in pink for Supersonic X. Everybody together, 10th of a second. Between them, if you can call it between them. Espunia and Klein fighting between themselves. Rivera and Modig were at the front of that going through the rainbow. I'm not sure if Rivera has actually picked up a win today. He's in a good place right now. They're weaving their way around through the Brightening Gate, come up over the castle, through that flat of the first rings. Weave back, come out through the castle after having sort of split Estes tunnel. Then you go into the rainbow flip, but it's still Rivera with 0.2 of a second between him and Modig. Espunia just trying to fight it out with Klein, just nudging ahead of him. Rivera still in the lead. This could be his one in the DCL into the kick, and we throw it towards that hoop. It's still Rivera, and the gap has doubled. Rivera dives down. Rivera gets his win. AJ gets the win. Modig, hands on his head, comes in second. Andreas Klein behind Espunia at the end.
Wow, what a race this was. Over the course of the first lap, there was like 0.5 of a second between first and fourth. So very, very closely meshed, as you predicted, Matt. In the second lap, Rivera was able to get away, and Andreas Klein, he messed up the landing here on the rings. So he wasn't able to fight for third place anymore, so he ended up in fourth. Rivera, however, I'm not too sure, but this could be his first victory for Supersonic X. Am I correct?
I'm looking at it now, and I think it is. Yes, he's had a few second places earlier on, but you know, he's been racing alongside Min Jae Kim a number of times today, and we've seen how many wins Min Jae Kim has picked up. Yes, I believe that's Rivera's first win today, maybe. Full stop. I don't know if he's ever picked up a win in the DCL before. I'd have to look through previous year's records. He featured a couple of times. He's not had a sort of very solid DCL career. He's not made loads and loads of appearances, I mean. I think that's his first win in the DCL. Congratulations to him. Now we'll go and make it through the 360 as we're on board with AJ. He's now going to split us this one and attack out of it. Forgive me, AJ, if I have missed any of your other previous wins. I know I would have commentated on them, but they're not. I can't remember the points exactly right now. That is his first one today, and he didn't race in prop towns. That's his first one of this season. We can be sure of that. He's now in the lead again. Modig right alongside him, under him, above him, and just narrowly in front of him by 0.8 of a second through the Iconic is one. Then the second one, Andreas Klein has parked it on there. Klein's had a lot of points, but I don't feel like we've seen the absolute brilliance from him that we saw in 2020. To the finish, it's Modig and Espunia who've both beaten Klein, who's beaten Rivera. His race went from brilliant to the back.
Yes, it did indeed, Matt. Again, pretty good start by Rivera. Not as good as he had in the previous heat, but he was definitely still in there until he hit one of the rings coming down from the jump after the ramp. Let's take a look at it. No, this is Modig, but that's where you could see it on the side. That's where Rivera hit the ring, and Espunia and Modig were able to score a 1 and 2.
So it turns out 21-19, extremely close. When they raced before in Proptown, Raidan won 24-16. So congratulations, Supersonic X, switching that round the other way. Supersonic X needed all the points they could get from that. Raidan needed all the points they can get from that. It's ended up sort of cancelling each other out. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.